Welcome back to our channel, guys. We're here with another video with the title, How the System is Rigged Against Men in the West. This is a big problem in our society right now because there's literally an attack on men. Feminism is literally, it's turned into an attack on men more so than women's rights. I mean, if it was really about women's rights, then how come women already have all the rights that men do? That's not what the conversation's about. It's about women gaining more power in society than men, and men being pushed down into a lower category. But without men, society wouldn't even be built. So that's why we're trying to combat that message, and that's why we're going to cover systemic problems that are targeting men, like marriage, which we're going to get into that. Let's take it away.
It's the court.
Yeah.
It's all a system. Because then you have the divorced parents, then you have divorce court, then you have,
it's money. It's
paternity
money.
court.
It's money, bro.
It's money. Anything you could think of that's fucked up. Like, the reason why they still fucked up and they haven't fixed it is because there's a big source of money coming from it.
Yeah, they're incentivized to. This is what the divorce system and child support, all that does. It's designed to have the state extract resources from the man and give it to the woman and put it in a situation where it incentivizes the women to break up with the guy and take his money. So it's like, it's a W for the state, it's a W for the woman, it's a L for the dude, which is why we tell y'all motherfuckers, like, yo, get paternity tests, do a prenatal test, don't get fucking married. You got to put yourself in a position where they're not going to go ahead and take all your resources, bro.
Yeah, we live in 2022. If you don't get a paternity test and you have any suspicion whatsoever, I mean, if you're happily married and you don't want to take it for that reason, it's arguable, but it's on you. We live in 2022. If you have any suspicions, just get the paternity test. It's not gonna, it shouldn't create, I think it should be mandatory. I think it should. Regardless of if you have suspicion or not, it's just something they do on the side, just to kind of be like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, times have changed. We need to protect ourselves too. So just be careful. Yeah.
Because they're looking at you as like a prime target to destroy you financially.
You're saying, oh, you're not wise about what your choices? Cool. We'll be wise for you. Put the burden on you. Now you got to pay. It's crazy, bro.
Don't they have it to where, like, even if you don't marry your girl and you're like with her for like 10 years?
Some states have that common law.
We call that common law, yeah.
Yeah, if you live with her, shit like that. Like, yeah, man, every state is different, but it's like, we tell guys all the time, just to be safe, don't get married, don't cohabitate. If you...
Wait, what does that mean?
Oh, don't live in the same location.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Well, it depends on where you are, but like some states will look at that as a common law marriage if y'all start to live together. And then she starts to accrue portions of, whatever you may earn or whatever. It depends where you are.
God forbid that you get mailed, she gets mailed to your spot. Oof.
Then you can't get her out.
Yeah.
And then let's say, and then there's some states that have mandatory arrest laws. So like, let's say, y'all get into an argument, someone calls the police. Well, when the police show up, someone's got to get arrested. 9 out of 10 times, the dude's going to get arrested.
Yeah.
You got to be really fucked up as a guy for them to take the girl.
Let's say she's spiteful. Let's say you didn't buy her a Chanel bag or whatever. She says, you know what? Fuck you. Call the police. He hit me. Nigga, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
No
facts.
Facts, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. And we've talked with, hundreds of men that have been in situations like that, got their shit, got sent to jail, got a domestic violence charge on them, whatever it may be. And they plead out just because they can't afford to fight it. And guess what happens? You can't carry a gun anymore. You can't get certain jobs, even though it's a misdemeanor, but it's considered a misdemeanor thanks to the Lauenberg Act. So, it'd be ruining people's lives, or they get a restraining order on them or whatever it may be. So it's like, guys really got to be careful and like make sure that they don't commit to like crazy ass chicks and cohabitate or get married or whatever.
Yeah.
But dude,
not only that, I think that the counter, like if you are able, it's extremely difficult. I would never want to be in this situation, but we need to have laws that support at least the fact that, hey, maybe this girl's lying. And if she is, then she gets the same penalty that the guy would have gotten for lying. I think that's perfectly fair, or at least half, or make it fair. It's like, you can't just make these false accusations and there be no penalty for it. I'm sick and tired of hearing that kind of stuff. Yeah, we can't live in a culture where it's believe all women, because as much as I'd like to live in a perfect world where no woman lies or abuses her power as a woman, but they definitely exist. I've seen it, not just anecdotally, but there are hundreds, if not thousands or tens of thousands of evidences of different couples where the girl just decided to slander the dude's name, said she hit him when, or sorry, he hit her when he didn't, and he's serving time. Or whatever it might be. I've seen men ruined for much less. Yeah, it's become too common. Yeah. And so, it's a lot of people, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is a perfect example where Johnny Depp ended up being innocent, but the whole world was, I mean, not the whole world, I can't say that, but a lot of people turned against him and he lost jobs. Even though he cleared his name, a lot of people think that Amber Heard was still abused and it didn't matter. The whole case, regardless of the amount of evidence, women are going to be believed even if it's not true. So I'm not saying that there aren't guys that get away with it. That's true too. But we have to look out for both. Like, all I'm saying is let there be fairness. That's it. Just let it be fair. Anyways.
I know they're changing the definition of what SA really is. It could be, for example, you
anything
lying to her or saying, oh, you're not a lawyer? Oh, he grates me. Yeah. Yo, so imagine, right? You're spitting game. You might want to, embellish a little bit. So you know what? I work at a law firm as a janitor, but I'm a lawyer today. Tell her you're a lawyer. She's like, wait, you're not a lawyer? He grates me. Go to the court system. You're screwed.
Yeah, after y'all smash.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, bro. They're trying to put that shit into the works, I think, in New York.
And also, now they're adding emotional, I guess, pressure.
Nigga, I want to be able to say that shit to hey, you don't look like your pictures on Instagram. This is bullshit.
Catfish.
Yo, I got catfish. You know what, man? I'm filing a sexual assault claim on her, bro.
So I want to tell a quick story because I have a good friend of mine that I went to high school with. We were roommates for a few years, and we went to a party. He was hooking up with a girl. She was attractive, and she had a couple of her girlfriends there, and me and a couple of our guy friends were there. And all of a sudden, he disappeared into the room with the girl. And the thing is, the girl's parents came home, and they caught him in the act of, getting into it with this girl. And in order to save face with her parents, she yelled rape. And everyone in the room just kind of held their tongue. I spoke up, and a couple of my other guy friends, but guess what? We're the guys. We're unbelievable. So when the cops came, they took him away, and he was going to do time, except for her own girlfriends felt so bad that they testified against her, and they said no, that she was looking for this. And then the girl finally cried and admitted, oh yes, I lied. But the thing is, the girl was 17, he was 18. He was going to do hard time because even though it was 1 year and they had just hooked up, he was with a minor and he was above, 18 years of age. That's an adult. Statutory. Yeah. He was going to go to jail for a while, and they wouldn't treat you, just like anybody. So anyway, that's a real life story that happened. I was there. So again, we can't live in a world where it's like these things are happening. Things have to change, guys.
This is bullshit, man.
But you know another thing to mitigate that problem too is just don't fuck around with a bunch of girls. You know what I mean? I know that's like the controversial thing to say and stuff like that, but if you keep it but is I get what you're saying. The more you do it, the more girls you fuck around with, isn't likelihood the chances go up. So it's like, why would you put yourself in that situation? I get what
you're saying,
but I'm just asking.
But the problem is, let's say we did that, right? What if that girl is the one girl that does that type of stuff? So in order to get an understanding of the whole landscape, I want to see all the crops so I could judge the crops accordingly.
It's a catch-22. I see where he's coming from. He's saying, well, if you deal with less girls, the chances of that happening decrease. However, but if you don't deal with more women, you're not going to get the prerequisite experience to identify girls that are like that are praying mantises. So my thing is, I tell guys, right? I tell them before you even think about getting into a serious relationship or getting married, you need to have sex with 50 girls, make $100,000 a year, have 6 months to 1 year of savings in the bank, be in shape. And I can't remember the last one. Be 35 years old.
Yeah,
be 35 years old.
50 bodies is crazy.
You think that's a lot?
That's nasty,
bro.
Well,
bro, I guarantee you, girls.
No, like I'm not. I'm actually not even trolling. Like I'm like, don't get me wrong. Like you can do whatever you want, but like
Gideon,
bro, because spirits, bro.
Nigga, you know the average girl your age, bro, has like 30 to 50 easy.
And that's so nasty as fuck.
Nigga, your classmates.
Just because it's a dude. I'm not saying because it's a dude. I'm saying in general.
Your classmates. I don't know them personally. I'm just saying some of them.
You went to Bama. No, definitely
may have had.
There was a girl in my senior year in high school that had 60 in her senior year.
Yeah, easily.
She belongs to
so
the
like
street.
access is there, bro.
bruh, girls nowadays have more bodies than ever before. Like if you take an average 21-year-old girl and average 21-year-old dude, that average 21-year-old girl is running laps on most dudes sexually. Like they're getting, they're with Instagram, dating apps, whatever it may be. So like my thing is, I tell guys, yo, so that you don't get finessed, you don't get the wool over your eyes. You need to get out there and date girls and be able to like decipher which type of chick this girl is, etc. So you don't get finessed.
Yeah, but like, what's that saying? A smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from others. Like, why can't we just? I'm just like, I'm being double.
Well, that's why they watch Fresh and Fit.
There you go.
I feel that. Because a lot of I'll be watching. I don't be watching like that. But what I had noticed is like you guys get a lot of like-minded people. So when you have like-minded people, kind of like the ideas are all the same.
I agree.
It's in the same ballpark.
Yeah, you might be able to learn from our experiences, but what I've noticed with most men, no offense, is most guys are fucking hard-headed. They got to take the L themselves for them to really learn and internalize the shit. Like, okay, I probably shouldn't wife up a chick that has 300 bodies and works at a strip club and does OnlyFans for money.
Four kids,
like you know what I'm saying, and 7 kids.
That's me. Like I need to burn my hand. I'm that type of dude.
And there's a lot of guys like that like, no, well, I'm the exception. I can make this work. And it's like, no, nigga, you're not that special. You're gonna take an L just like the rest of us. But a lot of guys got to get burned.
If Tom Brady can't not avoid that.
Yeah, no one can actually make that work. Nobody can make that work, guys. Don't try. It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
No.
I tried dating an OnlyFans girl and all those types of women, and
it's a good way for both of you to walk away more damaged.
Yeah.
It's a great way to do that. So yeah, that's your goal.
I did not come out unscathed, and I'm one of the strongest people I know mentally. It's just the nature of their work is not a healthy environment for their mind, and it takes a toll on you as a person. I mean, you become who you hang around most.
Yeah, that's true too. They say you are most like the 4 or 5 people that you hang out with the most. So, and if you look at, usually if you are a really rock solid, wealthy, well-to-do individual, steady in all aspects of life, your friends are as well, if you have any. Or, maybe you cling to that one person. For me, it's my brother. For other individuals, I'm sure it's like business partners or mentors. It's important to have a mentor, by the way, guys.
Yeah, if a girl comes at you and she's not the healthiest kind of person, or you think you can save her, you can't. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, don't fall for the damsel in distress. Like, I'm going to be that guy, that good influence that's going to fix her. No, you're not, bro.
Right.
Trust me, we've been there.
I came from a really good upbringing, and I was loved, and there wasn't that much that went wrong in our early lives. There was definitely a lot of trauma still, but I mean, not compared to stories I've heard. It was relatively a good upbringing, and I can bring that to someone. So in my situation, I thought I could save this girl, and I ended up hurting myself really bad because
it was bad, guys.
Yeah, I loved her, and when we broke up, I felt like I'd failed because I couldn't save her, but she doesn't want saving, man. I had to accept that and realize that she has to deal with her own trauma, and it's not going to be with me, because she has to heal first before she gets to me, because I'm already healed, and we have to be in the same place. You have to be equally yoked. If you're not equally yoked like that, and one's healed, one's broken, you can't make the other one magically catch up. They have to deal with that for years.
Yeah, a good formula to go by is make sure you have very similar values, very similar belief systems. They don't have to align perfectly, but they have to be close enough to where you understand each other. If you are going from black and white, yin to yang, from one side to the other side, it's just not going to work, guys. You may think, oh, with my logic, I'm going to change her mind. Bro, if the world were like that, everyone would believe the same things. We would just get educated enough and all believe the same thing. But that isn't real life. Real life is everybody has their own core beliefs, And usually it revolves around the people that raise them and the people they hang around the most, or even the education system that indoctrinated them that way. You're not going to undo years and years and years of mental training all by yourself in like a year or two. It's just not going to happen. So it's better to find someone that's more already along your lines of thinking.
Yeah, it's basically like finding someone that half their life, I mean, in my case, I couldn't relate to her on half the things she'd been through because I had never been through them. So finding someone equally yoked would be better because they've been through the same things. They can work through the same.
Works
things.
at a strip club and does OnlyFans for money.
Four kids.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And 7 kids.
That's me. Like, I need to burn my hand. I'm that type of dude.
And there's a lot of guys like that like, no, well, I'm the exception. I can make this work. And it's like, no, nigga, you're not that special. You're going to take an L just like the rest of us. But a lot of guys got to get burned
if
sometimes.
Tom Brady can't not avoid that L, who the fuck are you? Like, bro.
Good point.
Oh, good point.
Dude, I'm just saying.
Tom Brady's tough. That shit really motivated me. That was tough.
Bro, that's nobody's
the chat of all chats.
Nobody's safe, bro. Henny Chris is here.
Safe.
So moral of the story, guys, Tom Brady took the L. That means you probably take the L too.
Yeah, just be careful who you marry. You may think you know that person, but it only takes one moment of animosity where they can really show their true colors. So just be careful. I mean, there are good women out there. There are. But you have to really be sure nowadays. Make sure you've vetted them well. You've met their family. They grew up in a good environment that's healthy for them. And yeah, stay safe out there, kings.
All right, boys. Thanks for coming back to the channel. Please like and subscribe if you thought what you heard was good.
And we'll see you next time.